champagne, Batman a pop cock. Five for dumpling, knife and fork. Money talk, money talk. Hey. Money talk, money talk. Hey. Money talk, money talk. Five for dumpling, knife and fork. Bad man no beg no friend, beg no money, beg no girl, live it sweet like honey. Cause bad man no eat no girl like chocolate. That's why boom flick girl call me the most wanted. Cash rules everything around me, cream. Cash rules everything around me, cream. Cash rules everything around me, cream.
No bad man no sibling.
Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Bad man not talk them, bossy money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Bad man not talk them, bossy money talk.
I'm top notch, come around and see if my steers low cost. Hey, as I roam around town, players high cause they feel pressure. Cause I'm in station, black and steel represent nations. Haitians on my side play some. We stomp on your gums one time. Cash rules everything around me, sing. Ice cream melt on the ass we lick. Cash rules everything around me, sing. Ice cream melt on the ass we lick.
Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Batman not talk them, bossy money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Batman not talk them, bossy money talk.
Ice cream melt on the ass we lick.
Cash rules everything around me, cream.
Ice cream melt on the ass we lick.
No bad man no sibling.
Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Batman not talk them, bossy money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Money talk, money money talk. Batman not talk them, bossy money talk. Bossy money talk. Batman not talk them, bossy money talk.
Welcome to Club Shada episode 282, Money Talks. And listen, Kizomba took the crown already. Beat them all. Zouk took the crown already. Beat them all. Coupé Décalé, Afrobeats took the crown 20 years ago. Beat them all. Compa, with something going on, took the crown. Beat them all. But when I listen to my house music stuff, when I listen to those beats, I'm like, I gotta go play with these ones because I'm just having fun in house music. But it's time I have a house music banger and go talk to the David Guettas and them and tell them, hey, I'm here too. It's just beat maker stuff. But I like this track. Where did I do that track? What was the name of that track? The name is Until You're Ready. It came out in my album in 2014. I gotta do actually that album called Baobab and Bottle of Wines. I have to do a listening party of my instrumental albums because I always do the Zouk Kizomba albums. I'm sorry, I just came out of the shower and water is pouring out of my body. Yeah, I have to do that. I really have to do that. Anyway. Oop, I lost my sleepers. There you go. This show is brought to you by ShadaWare.com, the gods of good fortune. It is midnight and 42 minutes here in Lisbon, Portugal. I want to acknowledge that there's no stream royalty. So if you donate 99 cents, you will become the stream royalty for the month of March. So anybody, the first person who does a donation, Master Electronic, it's been a long time you didn't do a donation. So send some money this way to become the stream royalty. And of course, all the sponsors who have been supporting the show. Tonight, we are not on Facebook. We are not on Twitch. We're back on good old YouTube. Only, it's not because I didn't want to. It's just because I forgot to turn on the other two. And I'm still waiting for Instagram to give me the possibility. Let me check, actually. Maybe I already have the possibility to be live on Instagram at the same time as... What the hell was... No, not yet. Listen, I turn on Instagram and I don't understand. What is this? Yo. What is this? Listen. What are those shoes? Who wears that stuff? Hulk boots? You guys have to stop. All right? Like, can you just make everybody crazy when it comes to... Anyway, that's not why I was here. So what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying I hope everybody's fine. Make sure that you donate via the super chat. I think my body is still fuming from the shower. Make sure you put what time it is, where you're watching from, and let me do this. Wait. There's something I want to do, but I cannot do it without looking at myself. There you go. Yeah. Make sure you say where you're watching from. Put the flag of where you're watching from and what time it is in your location. Oh, Urban Sweet Spot. C'est ça. Give me that YouTube money. Thank you so much. Thank you so much and you are now the stream royalty. This is how we do it. Beautiful. And nice new profile picture, by the way. Master Electronic, what up? I hope you're doing good. Sabrina, hello you. How are you? Urban Sweet Spot, hi again. Who else? Merci beaucoup. Oh, la milliardaire. What's a goodie? Je vais faire une listening partie d'un de mes albums de house music. On va commencer à les faire. Merci beaucoup. J'en ai marre de mettre tout le temps les mêmes lunettes, donc j'ai une liste je vais changer. Même mes vêtements, je vais acheter tout un tas de vêtements parce que je crois que j'ai tout porté dans le Club Shada. Thank you again. Sweden 145. Black Free, what up? I hope you're doing good. So, I have a few things I want to talk. You know, this is bad because Ecamm doesn't turn. You see, for example, a pixelated EPO chomp on a 1-up. That's what it shows you, right? And it's too bad because we should have a way to turn it into something else, or maybe that's a API problem with the YouTube comments that are not translating into sending the images as well as the text, because what I see here is this, a pixelated, you see? What I see here is a pixelated EPO with a 1-up. So yeah, that's the, but I mean, this is not my, this is not our fault. It's them. It's them. Okay, so we'll do it. I think we have so many. We have one new remix EP to do, which is what was the song? I don't remember. Listen, my release calendar is crazy. I got tracks until 31st of March, if I remember well. Let me look at Spotify for artists. Wow, more. Oh, Master Electronic took the spot straight away. Oh, yeah. Master Electronic, thank you so much for the super chat. Look, boom. Well, Urban Sweet Spot, that was, you were the king, the stream royalty for 5 minutes. It was good as long as it lasted. But Master Electronic decided to go back and take the spot. But thank you to both of you. Okay, let me see what I have upcoming. Oh yeah, listen. It is crazy the way I've been using AI to create my next CD cover. So I discovered an artist on a platform. You know that Instagram replacement platform that I was talking to you about, called Vero. And on Vero, I discovered that girl from Congo named Kenny, and actually proposed to her. Let's do a track together. Let's collaborate. She's not known yet internationally, like big time. And listen, I have 400,000 people listening to me all the time. And if I add iTunes and YouTube, listen, I have like around, I would say, 500 to 600,000 people who listen to me every month. And if I can use that fame to shine the light on lesser known artists, especially African artists, and anybody, listen, Ukrainian, Russians, Spanish, South Arabians, Saudi Arabians, that's how you say. And listen, anybody, Niger, Antarctica, Australian, I don't care. Like, I want to collaborate with the world, and I'm in a great position where, when you don't need to do a hit anymore, this is the best time. You can really find people you like and tell them, listen, if I get on your song, I know that you're going to make a minimum of 15,000 streams and you're going to be seen by my people. So sometimes you're going to find people that are as big as you or bigger than you, and you're going to help each other, or maybe they're going to help you reach another territory. And sometimes you're going to have somebody that you are the one helping and you are the one pushing them, but it's all good as well, because you're back to creating for the pleasure of creating, because you don't need to make a hit, you don't need to make shows, and I'm in this great position now. So I decided to do a track with her. Oh, what happened? I decided to do I have something that got in my eye. So we decided. So how when I do collaboration with artists, it's like one track for you, one track for me. So I take a track, it belongs to me. Is my eye red? I know. I do a track, it belongs to me. You do a track, I come to your track, it belongs to you, and everybody. We decide when we are releasing both tracks, and when your track comes out, I promote it as if it was mine, and when my track comes out, we both promote it, etc., etc. Easy. And so our track is called Pepe Soup, and it's the story of a grandpa that used to it's actually, yeah, a grandpa that used to give candies to the kids in the morning on their way to the school in Congo. And very cool track produced by Lil Maro. And when I was thinking, I want to do the cover art, I actually did it with AI. And listen, that was something. Thank you. Chaîne en or qui brille. So on my Discord server, it is private for now, but I'm about to put with a Shada gang. So people that I choose that are gonna be able to also do. They are gonna be able to do. How you call that? They are gonna be able to do AI stuff straight on my server, and so let me go to my server. Where's my server? Oh, there you go, Discord. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I have that's the we have the Shada gang server. Actually, I should put that I have. Let me see. Club Shada 282 live. Boom. So I got a special server that is AI Works, and on that server, that's how I did the cover art for that song. So this is the cover art for the song, and all done by AI. So what I asked him was a theatrical release poster, black pretty woman, girls wearing African jacket, African city in the back, South Africa, urban jungle, highway, Afrofuturism, blah, 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 in the style of Drew Struzan. And he did all this for me. So let me show you how fast it is, right? I go to the AI and I type a prompt, imagine, and I type the same thing. I'm gonna change whatever I put to say beautiful black men, for example. Wearing beautiful black man wearing African cloth, instead of African city in the back, I would say village in the back. Let's say army in the back. Army in the back. African army in the back. I'm gonna say jungle. Jungle, no highway, Afrofuturism, maybe spaceships, Oh, I'm abusing. Yeah, let's try spaceships and Afrofuturism, blah 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 blah. And I type this, and in my server, Midjourney, the AI will start working. And in something like, I don't know, 30 seconds or some, it will start working on my cover art, or my AI design, that you can do whatever you want with it. Just from the information that I gave him, it is creating me a set of images, and I will choose the one I like, and boom, it's done. And now you can choose the one you want here. And look, the first one is amazing. So I do upscale the number one. And so now he's gonna upscale the number one. And look, all this has been created in what, 30 seconds? So imagine, like, I can do unlimited cover art for all my music that I release all the time. Now, listen, I'm just gonna design that type of cover art, because all you have to do is tell them what you want, and then the AI does the rest. Yo, that's crazy. So, you just wait for it to start, and then once I'm done with that, what I do is I go to Photoshop once I'm done, and I just add the text and etc. And I'm done, and I have a cover art. This is something else. Like, when you think about it, it completely changes your productivity as an artist, especially an artist like me who can just come up with ideas as fast as I do. It's just arriving out of nowhere and pum pum pum, and now I have a cover. Boom. Look at this. Straight from the AI. And if I want, I can paint on top of it. I can sell this as an NFT, or I can just add my title somewhere, or just, and there you go. And if you don't like it, you can choose another one of those, or you can ask him to do variations from those, or you can just ask him to do another one. But look at this. I was just talking to you in a few minutes, and I had AI art just done straight in my server. So for now, it's just I'm the only one who can see this inside of my Discord server. But soon in the Shada gang, I'm gonna probably tomorrow. I'm gonna have this available to everybody that's from the Shada gang that's in my Discord server. You guys gonna be able to try and play with it, because listen, you can ask it anything. Listen, I remember I did something beautiful. Like, wait, I have to remember look at this that I did. That's crazy. Look at these. All these are art that I've been creating just from phrases that I give him. I did one that, look at this. That's another one I did. I'm gonna paint on top of it and turn it into an NFT. Wait, I had some one of those that was crazy. Oh, listen, I've been playing with that stuff. Where is it? Oh, listen, I've been having fun. Let me find this. Oh, there it is. So imagine, okay, make an album cover of a Japanese pop record, and I'm gonna say black man wearing a suit in Tokyo. All right. Now look at this. That's not a site. You are inside of my Discord. Yeah, it is. You inside of my Discord server. Let me put the link to my Discord. http://gg/Kaysha. And I've installed the AI inside of my Discord, so that you guys can just get invited. And when I know it's you guys, I just invite you to the Shada Word server. And tomorrow I will give access to all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 30 seconds. Number 1 and number 4 are amazing. Number 4 is crazy. Upscale number 4. Or if you do V4, it's gonna give you variation of number 4. Look, if I do V4, it's gonna give you. Bro, that's an amazing cover for anything. Even that first one, I can use that. I can use those as cover for my upcoming stuff. See, I asked him variations on this one, so he gave me 4 versions of that one. Look, the person in the back is always changing, and even the guy is changing a little bit. Yo, look at the girl. She's not the same. This one is the best. Now listen, listen. This world is scary for those who are scared, but for guys like me, it's amazing. Listen, my creativity can be unleashed by 1,000 because I can do a song, do a cover, do the YouTube cover, and I just need to add some text and say, yo, and there you go. Look at this. Boom. Look at this. Oh, I'm keeping this. I'm using this as a CD cover. I'm going to use it for my next instrumental album. Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Yo. All you know is what to write. Once you write the right stuff, boom. Sips, what up? How you doing? Yeah, this is crazy. So, yeah. So I did that cover for that song with that girl, and I can't wait. But yo, listen, let me save those cover art because I'm gonna use them. Oh, I'm gonna use them. Yeah, but yeah, listen, go to my Discord server and I will invite you guys to the Shada Gang, sir. There's a Shada Gang channel. This is a secret channel. And inside of that one, I will give access to the AI just for the people who are part of Shada Gang, so you can have fun and try it out. If not, you don't have to be part of my server. You can also go to Midjourney, which is the AI of the server of that AI. So if you go in Midjourney, what is Midjourney? Where is it? Midjourney. There it is. In Midjourney, you can do the same thing. The difference is that you are in the middle of everybody. So there's a lot of people. Wow, look at this. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. I can do a whole NFT collection with this. Oh my God. Wow. I wonder what is the phrase that they use. Oh, this is beautiful. Where do I comment? Amazing. Whew, look at this. Oh, listen. That's beautiful. So those are other people. So you can see what everybody's doing. Everybody is trying stuff. And you can see in real time what people are doing. Like, listen, there's millions of people trying stuff. They write stuff here, So for example, female, silver eyes, long curly black hair, tangled mess, loosely fitted white hair, white shirt, tan skin, lean build, realistic, and boom. And you know, here you can edit a little bit to make the eye look a little more realistic, but like if you know how to use that stuff, look at this. Friendly letters to create some logos. Look at this logo for a brand. The difference if you go to the Midjourney server is that your prompt is in the middle of everybody else, so everybody see what you do, etc., which is not a problem. Oh, look at this. Edit Mubarak. Wow, very nice. Look at this. Concrete facade, hyper realistic render, 4K Vray glass, wind, water mirror, reflective material, intense daylight, sunlight, grease, climate condition, tropical plants, dramatic sunlight, parametric fluidity, and boom. Wow. Listen, this thing is just being able to create anything. Actually, I'm about to do a tattoo on my leg, and my idea, instead of telling the guy, I'm gonna ask Midjourney to draw me my tattoo. So here, like you can learn how to use it just by seeing what people are putting and what it creates from what they do. This is beautiful. Even for if you're an architect, these can help you. It's like, you know, the people who think it's gonna take their job are people who don't think far enough. These can actually take your job to the next level. If you're an architect, you can start from the idea and then design something else. Look at, listen, and it people are, so you have a lot of people that are doing all the time, all day, like another one, new buy. And so it's free to use. You can go to midjourney.com and it will take you to Discord. If you don't have a Discord, you can create an account, and from there, wow, they are beautiful. And you can learn how to use it. Ask him to draw something in the style of XYZ. And then from there, you can use them to create art. You can use them to illustrate something. Look at all these real-time people are asking stuff. And you have a lot of different rooms of people trying. And these are paint overs. There are people that they start from with a thing and then they turn it into, they add stuff to it, or they paint on top of it, or they go to Photoshop and work on them. Listen, there's a lot of amazing art being done by people. Look at this. Wow. Usually that's how it came out and how they turn it. People love to. Now listen, this is it's a new world. It's a new world, and as I'm telling you, just go to Midjourney or go to my Discord and to have access. I mean, you can go to Midjourney. I didn't give access yet in my Discord, but if you go to Midjourney, you can start using it and try it and have fun. You know, have fun. You never know what you might come up with. You see what I mean? You can really, you can do a lot of things with it. So that's how I did my cover art for my next 3 singles the same night. I just did everything, and beautiful. Some people here forgot to put the likes, so don't forget to like the live, please. And let me go to my first subject, which is actually my 2 brand new NFT collections that I want to talk to you about. So for those who are not familiar with my NFTs, you can go to shadaya.com, which is the place where I have all my NFTs. And so I have 2 collections that I just airdropped actually to all my holders. And 2 of them drawn by hand. And the first one is called Bat Slime Company. What's going on? Wait a minute. Why is this here again? Well, that is strange. Huh. I think that the thing just stayed here. Why is my thing late on YouTube? Oh, I see the Master Electronic Super Chat just been hanging there. Wait a minute. Let me unlock this overlay and understand. Oh no. Okay. And understand why is this. What is going on here? Mission none. Keep running. Save. Okay, that's strange. And it's just doing this here. Why do I have these strange issues sometimes? Let me see. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Okay, for some reason, that must be a problem with Stream Elements and not with me. So I guess there's nothing I can do. But I mean, I love seeing your name here, Master Electronic, but that would be better if disappear. Let me go fix this, because I cannot see the rest of the things. So let me see. Stream Elements. What is going on here? So wait, let me see. Oh, interestingly, it's here, but it's not on the other one. Oh, here it's there. Only here. Listening party, no. App, no. Only on that one. Okay, so how do I reset a scene? That's a good question that I don't have the answer. Let me see. I know there's a way to do it, but I forgot. Of course, I forgot. Listen, let me turn it off just for now. I'll fix this tomorrow. All right. So the collection is called what do you see? Okay, perfect. Yeah, the collection is called Bat Slime Company. That's the first collection. And the bat slimes are, let me put the link in the chat. And it's on crypto.com, which is actually one of the best places if you want to start in NFT and you want to check my collection. The good thing about crypto.com is all you need is a credit card. You don't need to know nothing about crypto. You can actually buy your crypto with a credit card and some dollars. And you just create an account, have your wallet. So I created them and I offered 1,000 of them to everybody that already own my NFTs. So, it's a bunch of little slimes that have those different parameters and traits. So, a little fun project that I did. Yeah, people are actually loving them. And so there's already been $3,000 of volume traded, which is great, and 715 owners. My second collection that is brand new that just came out is called the Killer Gummy Bears. So it's 800 gummy bears that came out like 4 days ago, 3-4 days ago, 5 days ago. And same thing, it was free. I just uploaded them to anybody to own my stuff, because that's what I do. If you have one of my NFTs in your wallet, you always receive new stuff all the time. And this is a little collection that I did. I actually designed the first little bear with my AI, with Midjourney, and then after that I draw and I did the rest. And so we have all these little gummy bears, and people are loving them. People are loving them. I'm actually doing a t-shirt collection with them. And yeah, listen, a lot of people are loving them. So that's cool. And the fun part is I did all this I did all that whole collection in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I was on the phone with Bodhisattva and I was like, yo, I want to do a little teddy bear collection. And then I just started like working on it. And listen, I'm so fast now doing those collections. It's crazy. So yeah, I did 1,000 of them. And then I have another. So there's 800 of this one, but there's also in another website called Foundation, because this collection is actually cross-platform collection, which means that there's 200 of them that you can also mint on Foundation since a few days ago. So you can mint them, but that's in the Ethereum. It's another platform. It's another blockchain, which is Ethereum. So I'll put the link in there so you can go and check it out if you are interested in getting into the NFT thing. And who knows? You might, buy one for $20 and sell it for $50. Who knows? But those are my new NFTs, and I'm kind of happy with them. All right, this is done. Let me go. Wait. Let me do something first. So I don't forget. Because I know I'm going to forget. There you go. I got to fix that soon. All right. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the end of what we call here in Portugal the golden visa. And I think it's an interesting subject because I guess it served its purpose, and the question is always the same. It's like, if you have something that is useful, do you keep it? How long do you keep it? And how long do you still need it after a certain point? You have to ask yourself that question. I guess the Portuguese government decided that they don't need it anymore. Maybe they shouldn't have removed it and just maybe turned it into something else. I don't know. It's up to them. I also believe there was probably a lot of pressure from the rest of the European countries, because so to understand what is the golden visa, it's something that exists in a lot of countries. Actually, those visas also exist in the US, for example, where they call it investor visa. I think it's the e-visa in the US, where if you invest like, I think $1 or $2 million in the US economy, like you create a company or you buy an apartment and you bring a certain amount of money. I'm not sure how much, but I think in the US it's around $2 million. Don't quote me, I'm not sure. Then you get a green card. You get the possibility to be a US citizen after 10 years, but they grant you the visa to come work because you bring fresh money. And it's a great way to attract capital. It's a great way to attract people who have money and that will spend that money inside of your country. It's nothing new. It's not something that was invented by the Portugal. It's just like, yeah, when you have money, some people are interested in having you, which is something that is normal. And you have to understand that back in at the end of the subprime crisis, and maybe even before, Portugal was really a country that was in crisis, and it was hit hard by the economic crisis. And actually, the economy of Portugal was actually regressing. It was really like a recession, right? And there was no money, and the country was really. I remember when I got here in 2010, 2011, before I moved here, they had this thing called the Troika, where really people were suffering from they really had to take economical decisions that were hard on a lot of people. And there was so many buildings that were abandoned inside of Lisbon, I remember. And you could buy some of those buildings for very cheap at that time. And the government decided that the best way to attract capital and to attract people that had money that would come, stay there, and spend that money in Portugal was to create what they called the golden visa. So I'm not sure when they created it, but instead of not being sure, I might just, when was the Portuguese golden visa created? Golden visa program 2012. Now you see, there you go. So rules governing the granting of residence permit for investment, golden visa, in force from 8th of October 2012, enable third country nationals to obtain a temporary residence permit to conduct business activities with the visa waiver to enter national territory. So actually, that's when I arrived. That's when they also did that. I didn't know. And what the golden visa permitted was, and there's not only that one, there's also a visa that is still in place, which is the one for digital nomads. And there's a few visa that they created to attract people from outside Portugal that had a little bit of more money maybe than the Portuguese, or people like me who make their money on the internet and can come live here. And because they have more purchasing power, they buy stuff, and they also help the economy grow. And then people that are way richer than me, that I think the minimum that you had to spend to be part of the golden visa was 400,000, I think 400 or 500,000. So when you spend that money on an apartment or whatever, you, your wife, or your husband and your kids, and I think maybe your parents as well, you get directly the Portuguese residence. Because you get the Portuguese resident, you also have access to the rest of Europe. So you can buy us something here, and then you can go to France, you can go to the rest of thing. But the goal was that people get those visas, and then they come live in Portugal. So a lot of French people came and bought properties. A lot of people who are retired and had a good revenue, they could not afford, or maybe with the money they had, they could afford a small place in Paris or in France, but they could afford a huge place here in Portugal. And some people start buying farms and turning them into villas. And a lot of people came to my neighborhood, which is a neighborhood for wealthy people. And so there's been a lot of rich Brazilians, Russians, Ukrainians, Germans, United Kingdom, French, and also Chinese, a lot of Chinese people, and then Middle East also. A lot of people with money who, for example, people who were in China, but they have the capital and they would love to have a residence to be able to either leave China and come to Lisbon. A lot of people came to buy my neighborhood. Actually, the owner of my house he lives in Hong Kong. So a lot of people started 500K. Okay. So yeah, I think that was the, I mean, actually I can see it here. Immigrant self, capital transfer, no, that's not here. Golden visa, Portugal. But it changed now. Yeah, there you go. These are the options. So it can be, damn, this is pissing me off. It can be so it can be a 1.5 million minimum capital transfer into a Portuguese bank account, or approved investment, or 500,000 for the acquisition of an investment fund or venture capital in companies, 5,000 in research activity, 250K in support of artistic production, or 200,000 in a low population density area. Property acquisition. So there's a lot of ways, as you can see. You can transfer capital. If you just bring your money, let's say you made 10 million in crypto, you just bring your 2 million here and they grant you the thing, because they wanted to have rich people there to pull the economy up. And when it comes to property acquisition, it was a minimum of 500,000 of real estate purchase, residential property to specific areas, or 400,000 in a low population area, means outside of Lisbon or Porto, or 350 minimum real estate purchase for the refurbishment or residential property older than 30 years. So there was a lot of old buildings that people bought and to redesign them. And then or if you have a business, you have to create 10 jobs, or 500,000 in the incorporation or increase of the share of capital company. So you have different ways to get that resident permit, and it would give you the possibility, as we had the same program in Canada. You had to show that you have 1.6 million in assets, and you had to loan 800 to the government. Now it's 2 million in assets and 1.2 million loan to the government for 5 years, interest free. Yeah, so I mean, every government has these options. It's just that they are making them a little higher now, and there's a few reasons why. So when it started, actually, it made a lot of, especially in my neighborhood, it made a lot of Chinese citizens, Hong Kong citizens, and Asians and Brazilians and oligarchs come to Lisbon and get a property for 500K. Because listen, if you have 5 million euros and a house in California or in New York or in Hong Kong costs you, like, a beautiful place will cost you like $3, $4, $5 million, and you can have, at that time, you could have the same type of house at 500K here in Portugal. 500K or 600 or 700K. You had a huge penthouse with sea views and etc. back in 2012, when the economy was crashed completely. And it actually served its purpose, because it attracted a lot of people who had revenue. A lot of people with big, deep pockets started coming to Portugal and investing here and investing in properties a lot. And so the first, like, 5 years, it really helped the economy go back up, and it actually made Portugal a very attractive country. And because it made Portugal a very attractive country, a lot of people from a lot of people from all these countries that had capitals started coming here. And actually, it's actually one of the best countries to live in. Very safe country. We all live like 10 to 30 minutes from the beach. We have amazing weather. The winter is not cold at all. The winter is very warm. The summer is very warm. You 3 hours of train, you are in the south. You have the coast is amazing. I think the whole country is actually a coast. So you have the Atlantic Ocean and beaches for forever. It's actually a very, very nice country to live in. And the Portuguese are great people, and very welcoming. And actually, I remember when I arrived, something that was quite easy is that when you go to the movies, for example, everything is they don't even they don't bother putting series and movies in Portuguese. They just let the original version of the audio in English, and they just put subtitles. So you can go to the movies and watch stuff in English. It's cool. And then that's how I started learning Portuguese in the beginning. How I started really like training when I just arrived. I was just, going to the movies. And as I was looking at the movies, I was reading the subtitles. I remember, I think the first movie I ever saw here was Expendables. And I used to even go to the movies alone in the beginning when I didn't know that much people. I started going to the movies alone all the time, and I was reading the subtitles, and I was understanding, of course, the English. And so I think the first 4 or 5 years, around until 2016, maybe 16, 17. Yeah, a lot of people started buying stuff. A lot of people like me arrived in the country, artists, and we all have special benefits, even in terms of taxations. So for all of us, it was great to be here. It still is great to be here, because people have a lower income from where I come from in Paris. In a city where everybody makes 1,000 per month, if you make 3,000 or 4,000 a month, because everything is cheaper than where you come from, it's a win-win situation for you, right? And I think until 2016, 2017, it was really seen with a good eye with everybody, because there was a lot of abandoned buildings that were bought, turned into hotels, turned into new apartments, and people that were buying a lot of apartments that were abandoned. There's even like all these new expats all these migrants were creating new jobs, opening restaurants, opening bars. So there was a really like burgeoning, nice feel of blending between the Lisboet people, artists like me coming from France, so Nelson Freitas coming from Holland, and the Mika Mendes, LG. We all arrived more or less at the same time between 2012 and 2014. And listen, then you had the Portugal boom. You had the Portuguese boom. I think around 2018, 2017. That was really like before maybe the COVID didn't help at that point, but there was really a point where you felt that Portugal was on everybody's lips. Everybody was coming to Portugal for the holidays. Everybody wanted to come here. And it became like the number one destination at a point in Europe. And then you had that first, I remember when it started, that's when you had a lot of people understanding as well, hey, we can turn apartments into Airbnbs. And I remember when I arrived, I remember the first place where I got, so I had a 70 meter square with a 100 meter terrace all around the apartment. And she wanted to sell it for $275,000 in a brand new neighborhood, brand new building. It was an amazing place. It was just one bedroom. I needed at least two. But it was for $275,000. That same place today would sell for $600,000 probably, and maybe more because of the terrace, maybe even $700,000. And at that time, everybody was telling me, "Oh, that's super expensive." But at that time, I remember all around me, even my building at that time, it was empty. I think it was only two of us living in that building. The rest of the building was completely empty. And all these buildings around us were not finishing. A lot of things were not finishing because of lack of budget and because people were not buying houses. And then the rent, I remember the rents were not expensive as well. Until at a point, what up, Master Electronic? Until at a point, when the city start getting hot and everybody start loving it, the rent start going up. And I believe that even if the goal was to give a boost to the economy, it created some perverse effects, and it created some greed as well. Because back in 2010, when the economy was very low here, a lot of people were selling their apartments for 200, 250, 300 if it was big. You could get an apartment for 50K. I remember back in 2007, 2006, we were talking with friends. They were like, "Yo, listen, you can get an apartment for 50K." I was like, 50K? And listen, I didn't have the brain I have today, because I would have invested in those. But at that time, yeah, you could get an apartment in Avenida da Liberdade, which is like the Champs-Élysées of Lisbon. You could get an apartment for 150, a big 5-bedroom for 150 in that avenue, like 15, 16 years ago. And some rents, you could rent places like for, I remember LG and Mika Mendes, they were in Montijo. They were paying, I think, 600 for a 4-bedroom with terraces everywhere, huge kitchen. Like, things were so different at that time. But I think the fact that you had to invest 500K to be able to get the visa, right? So for all the owners, they realized there was a lot of Chinese rich people, Russian people, Ukrainian people, Brazilians, German, French, that had a lot of money, that had some millionaires. They knew to buy a house in Portugal, they needed to spend 500K anyway. So a lot of people started pushing the price of their houses to 500K. And this changed the market, because now the minimum price for a house was 500K, because everybody knew that the golden visa people had to spend 500K anyway. So everybody start putting their houses at 500K, which made the market crazy. The market became hot around 2018. All the prices went up like crazy. And there was this. At the same time, the fact that everybody wanted to come in Portugal. And listen, now Portugal is full of people. Soon as the sun arrived in April, it's full of people who love to come to this country. It's an amazing city. The problem is that a lot of owners as well started only investing in apartment for short-term rental instead of doing an apartment and trying to sell it. A lot of people started to buy a building, and instead of doing like 10 200-meter square apartments or 20 100-meter square apartment. Everybody started just doing 40 50-meter 1 or 2 bedrooms apartments and just putting them into Airbnb, because at that time it was also the explosion of Airbnb, the explosion of tourism. So Portugal was hot. Portugal was really the country where everybody wanted to go, and everybody was calling me about Portugal. Oh my God, I can't believe you there. It's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And the prices of the rents just went up because the city was full of people. So it's just the law of offer and demand. If you have high offer and low demand, there's not enough apartments, because nobody thought it would just shoot up like this. And all these tourists are there. They need a place to stay and they have money. So the people who have apartments, they raise their price. They don't care. So the prices went up, and a lot of people started investing here, but not to live here. A lot of people, they invested 500K. Let's say you have 10 million, you invest 500K in Portugal, you buy a place, but you leave it empty because actually you just want to go live in France, but it's harder to get the visa in France. So a lot of people would just use that visa to just come here and go live somewhere else, and they would just buy something. And because they knew that the minimum was 500 anyway, so they would not care. They would just say, yeah, buy that place. Yeah. Even a place that was worth like 200K, they would buy it 500. So all the prices went up. The city became saturated, and the prices of the rents went up. So to give you an example, I live in the rich neighborhood, and when I arrived, the rent for a 2-bedroom apartments in this neighborhood in front of the water was so I live in Parc das Nações, for those who know. The price for a 2-bedroom apartment, everything I visited, was around 900 to 1,000 per month. That was 10 years ago. Today, if I leave this apartment to go in another 2-bedroom apartment, the prices will be 2,000, 2005. It's crazy. The city just became super expensive just because there's not enough buildings. And most of the buildings that are built for high income, for rich people. Most of the buildings that are built in Lisbon are people who are doing luxury apartments. So, and if they sell them minimum 600, 700, 800, 1 million, 1 million 5. Prices that, listen, sometimes I say to myself, I should have bought something like 10 years or even 15 years ago for 150,000. I would have had like a 200-meter square that I would have sold today for $1 million and something. Or maybe I would just stay there and chill. But it is what it is. You learn from these, and you think for the rest. But interestingly, the fact that the prices to own a place shoot up, the people like me who arrive early. I mean, I would not say we were the culprit, because we arrived really early. But the generation after us, the people who came around 2016, 17, 18, and especially a lot of Americans, like at a point, the Americans got fed up with the politics out there, all the division in their country, and the high price of living, and the fact that America is not safe. To a lot of people, they had this idea that it was a country that was not safe, school shootings, whatever, all these things that happen in America. A lot of people decided we want to move to Europe, and all of them, they were like, yo, Portugal is the thing that looks the most like California. A lot of people that live in California, they would just come here. And a lot of people with money, millionaires, crypto millionaires, etc., or digital. A lot of people started coming here, and those who had a lot of money, they just bought houses for 500K, which for them compared to Montecito, Calabasas, LA, etc., where to get a nice 3-bedroom apartment or 4-bedroom apartment, you need at least $1 million or $2 million in the good neighborhoods. Here, for 500K, you could do it. So a lot of them, they just start coming here, and the prices just went up. And now, if you want a 4-bedroom apartment, if you don't, I mean, depending on where, of course, where you want to live. But if you want to live in Lisbon, if you want to live, listen, Lisbon is great, it's safe everywhere. But if you want to live in a neighborhood like mine, for example, if you want a 4-bedroom apartment in my line in front of the water, if you don't have $1 million, forget it. Or listen, 700,000-800,000 minimum, but $1 million to have one of those nice apartments. That's what I'm shooting for, actually. And if you want to rent, because of all the digital nomads, people like me who make money from the internet, and we don't make the same money as Portuguese people who make, the minimum wage here is 800. If you make 5K per month or more, yeah, listen, you can actually come and rent, and a lot of those people start coming from America, and the price of the rent just went up. And you're not gonna build all the apartments that are needed in 6 months. You need 2 years to build a good building. And the problem is, most people who are investing in buildings, they're not interested in building stuff for people who don't have a lot of money. They're not interested in doing social stuff. They're interested in doing those beautiful, nice buildings, especially in my neighborhood. Some nice building and have rich people in there that are ready to pay for $1 million or more. So listen, that's the market. The market goes the way the market goes. The only problem is that this created a complete impossibility for the real Portuguese people who are from Lisbon to live in Lisbon, because the rent was too high for the Lisbon people, the original people from Lisboa. So all of them had to start living outside of Lisbon and leave Lisbon to the strangers. And it makes no sense. It's not fair. Even if it's offer and demand. This was also created artificially by the fact that if you had money, you were granted those things. So the sentiment of anger towards these laws and the sentiment that it's unfair started growing up, and I believe that the European Union was also seeing that a lot of Chinese citizens and other nationalities were using Portugal to just say, oh, listen, if my whole family can have the European access from wherever I come from, I'm Congolese and I have money, I can just get just buy something for 500K in Portugal, and we all have Portuguese residency. And poof, we leave Congo and we just come here, and actually we don't even live in Lisbon. We buy a place, we don't care. We put somebody to rent or whatever, or we just leave it there empty, and we go live in Belgium. A lot of people started using the visa not as a way to come live in Portugal, but as a gateway to the rest of Europe. So, people will always use the system for whatever reasons. It is what it is. But it became, a little unfair and seen as unfair for a lot of the Portuguese people. So the pressure started from not only the Portuguese people, but also, as I believe, the European government, who was like, I'm France, I'm making it hard to get a visa to get in my country, but if they just go to these poor people out there and they buy a thing for 500K, now they can come to my country without doing the rules that I want. So people, and the French, the Germans, the Dutch, they see Portugal, Spain like poor countries. So yeah, they started putting the pressure, and I think because of all this, this year, it was decided that actually this month, it's effective this month, the golden visa is over. And will it stop the flux of people who have money? I don't think so, because a lot of people still love the country, and there's still other types of visa like the digital nomad visa, and you can still, as an investor, Portugal still love their flux of new money. So, and they are building the Portuguese Silicon Valley in Beato, and they want all these companies to come here. And if all these companies, all the startups start coming to Portugal, where the Web Summit is, like they've been doing everything for Lisbon to be an attractive capital. And don't get it twisted, a lot of other countries are now understanding. It's not like countries like France who they always want to say, hey, don't do what I do, but they love to prevent you from doing stuff that they do. The French people, what they hate is that the capital is not coming to their country. That's the only thing for them. It's just competition. But a lot of other countries like Cape Verde, for example, are starting to also propose some digital areas, like in Mindelo in Cape Verde. They're really doing this digital hub where you can have like creative spaces, Wi-Fi, etc. They are investing in this because they know that the workers of the future are a lot of people who work from their laptop. So these people, they're not interested in the same thing as people 20 years ago. They just want to know, hey, do I have a good internet connection so I can work, so I can do my live stream on YouTube, or so I can do my Zoom sessions, or so I can work on my stock options or my crypto. So I need a good internet connection, and I need a place that is safe with a very nice view, etc. So places like Portugal, places like Cape Verde, places like Senegal, places like all these countries that have these different setups, if they can find I was in Dakar the other time, and listen, the neighborhood where we were at the hotel, I was looking at the apartment facing the sea. I was like, yo, interesting. And we're gonna slowly be in a world where if a lot of people start making their money just from the internet, what they're looking for is not where I can get a good job. They're looking for, where can I make a good living? Where can I have quality of life, safety, and the best service for my money? So let me give you my example. For example, I generate a lot of money from the internet, and I went from generating money from shows and selling CDs to now everything is the streams and the YouTube views. This is generating, more than 10 times the salary of an average Portuguese person. So I can live where I want. Tomorrow I can take my whole family and we can go live anywhere I want. Because, listen, if I look, for example, let me see, rent an apartment in Bangkok. To give you an example, let's say I'm tired of here and I want, let me see. Okay, I don't even know where. I know the type of apartments I want, but let me see. So to give you an example, oh my God, that's in baht. Okay, let me put it in euros. Let me put it in dollars. No, in euros. I prefer in euros. All right. Let's say I want to live in Bangkok. I want an apartment of minimum of 3 bedrooms. And I want to live in an apartment. And can I choose where? All right, let me see. Look for Bangkok also is becoming a little more expensive than back in the days, but look. Let me see if I recognize a neighborhood that is nice. Watana, no, I don't know this neighborhood. But look, for example, in Tonglor, I know this one. I know this neighborhood. So for 2, that's a little expensive. Okay. I mean, I can afford that for 2,700. Let me see. Let me put a maximum of 2,000. Max price 2,000. This is something I can afford easily. All right. So now it depends of the neighborhood, of course. So let's say I'm spending Bang Na. I don't know all these neighborhood. Bang Na, Watana. The problem is I don't know what is a good neighborhood. I know my friend used to live in Tonglor. So can I choose Tonglor? Okay, something near a transport station. Okay, Bangkok area. I know that. Shamburi. Okay, listen. Let's say Watan. I don't know if it's a good neighborhood in Bangkok, but let's imagine it's a good neighborhood. So for 2,317 a month, which is perfect, I can have a 237 meter square with 3 bedrooms, which is amazing. Or for, look at this. Look at this, two floors. Or 200 meter square, 240 meter square. That's a lot. I'm trying to find the best bang for my buck, but 200 meter square is more than enough. Look at this. I don't know if it's, I don't know, that's near the airport. So listen, I can get 3 bedrooms and 230 meter square, which is like 3 times where I'm living right now, almost. And I can have that in Bangkok. So if I find something like this that I like, I don't like this place, but a guy like me that is making way more than 6,000 a month from my different businesses. Listen, I can decide one day that I want to live anywhere. If I want to go live in Bangkok, if I want to go live in if I want to go live in Spain, if I want to go live in Italy, if I want to go live in Bulgaria, if I want to go live in Senegal, listen, I can take my whole family and decided that, we're moving in 2 months, and we just bounce. And a lot of countries are looking for people like me and up. You have people, listen, you have some young people, they made like $100 million in crypto, and they can go live anywhere. They can go live in Dubai, they can go live and where they live is where they're going to spend their money, and where they spend their money is going to be money that is going to get to the States, to the local economy, to all the restaurants, etc. I remember when I arrived here, there was a lot of restaurants that were empty. There was a lot of places that were deserted. There was a lot of abandoned factories. It was really like a bet to come here, and it was the right bet. I sniffed good as always, and now everything is full. Now, like, listen, you have sky bars everywhere. You have all these places. At least it's always been, since I've been coming in 2003. It's always been an amazing country, but I didn't think about living here at that time. But today, yeah, people like me. It's not even just about. I mean, I'm not the person that needs the golden visa, because I'm somebody that I'm a French citizen. So as a European citizen, I can live anywhere in Europe. So when I decided to come, I just decided to come. I just came in May 2012. I just came, and I was just, okay, I live here now. That's it. And then after that, I established my residency and stuff. But I didn't need to become a resident of Portugal. All I needed was a place, because I have a French passport. Now, guys like me, we are going to continue to come, because the golden visa is not something that I'm interested in. What I'm interested in is being in a place that is safe for my kid, where I can have a good school, and where I can have a nice place to live for my money. So 10 years ago, yes, for my money, I could have a much better place. But even today, listen, if I move here and I find 3 bedrooms, that's what I'm looking for $2,000 a month. Oh yeah, I'll do it. And if my goal is to move when I'm ready to buy something, but listen, I need a bigger place. I need to have an office, etc. So I'm also looking at the market, because the market can go down a little bit, maybe, because there's a lot of pressure on the market because of all these people that are buying. I'm looking at, world economic crisis, etc. I'm looking at all these things to decide when I'm making my moves. But there's a lot of these people who are digital nomads, that are crypto people, that are influencers, internet people that are making money on chain, people that could live anywhere, are people that a lot of countries are interested in. Now, without the golden visa, a lot of people will still come here, because a lot of Americans, they just don't want to live in America anymore. A lot of French people are also done with France, like me. A lot of people are still moving to this country for all the rest of the reasons, not just for the golden visa. A lot of people don't need golden visa. Like I said, a lot of Europeans are still moving to Spain, to Portugal, etc. And listen, the people who have a lot of money, don't worry for them. They'll find a way. They'll get a good lawyer, and they will come in. So all I hope now is that maybe this will also give less pressure and less incentive to a lot of people to sell their apartment at the high price that they were selling them, and maybe the prices will go down a little bit, especially if there's no more incentive to some people to just buy for the sake of buying. The people who will buy are the people who really want to live here. And I think they are also doing some laws so that there's less Airbnb, because there's a lot of places that are just Airbnb. So, and I also think the city should, and I mean, they are doing it, but they have to build more apartments. You need, for all these new people that are there, you just have to build more so that the offer can reach the demand, and then the price pressure will go down, and Portuguese people will also be able to live in Lisbon, which makes sense. So listen, we'll see what happens. I don't know the future, but it's been very interesting to see what happened in the last 10 years, and we'll see. We will see what's gonna happen. We have the same exact problem in Canada. The house market is crazy. Yeah, I heard that. Honestly, with the interest rate hikes, I wonder how some people are gonna afford their mortgage. Yeah, that's even worse. A lot of people with varied variable rates, that's going to be a nightmare for them. Emery, what up? What up? Yeah, so, well, it is what it is. All right. Last subject before I go. Didn't think I would go long about this one, but hey, who knows? It is always like this in the Shada gang. I want to talk money again, because money talks. I was reading an article and I was like, very, very interesting what's going on. So what this article is saying is, what do we know about the new Ye and Adidas new agreement? So your boy Kanye is in the news again because after all his crazy exits that made the world label him as an anti-Semitic and had all the leagues and all the people come and say, you have to pay us this and you have to be canceled, and everybody got pissed at him, and etc., etc. After all that, Adidas had to separate from him because it was not a good look to work with him, right? And a lot of people had stuff to say. A lot of people was like, yo, listen, when he insults black people, nobody cares. But when he insults some other groups, all of a sudden everybody cared. That's not the subject. All we know is the people from Adidas, when they dropped him, they thought that they could sell his shoes without him. But in his deal, they cannot sell the shoes without him, and they cannot use his brand because the brand belongs to him. So they could not sell the Yeezy shoes without ending in some serious litigation and lose more money. The problem is when they went to talk to the investors, they realized that they lost a lot of money, and money talks. So yeah, a month ago or some, they did the investors reunion where all the people who own shares of Adidas. Do I own shares? Where people like me want to know what you guys are doing with my investment. And I used to own Adidas. I don't know if I sold it or if I still own some, but if you own one share or two or 10 or 100,000, yeah, you own a part of that company, and you want to know if they are making money for you. And once everybody realized that, yo, the rest of the company is not doing so well, and without Kanye, well, we are bleeding a lot of money because we cannot sell the shoes. So we are losing billions. Are you losing billions? Listen, all that victimization and all this outrage is fun until you realize that it costs you money. And when you realize it costs you money, everybody's like, yo, we have to call that boy again and do a deal with him so we can sell his shoes. So apparently it's being said, because it is not yet a certainty, that weeks after it was announced that Adidas revenue would take a 1.29 billion hit in 2023, And following the end of the Yeezy partnership in 2022, rumors are suggesting that Ye may be returning to Team Trefoil. Here's what we know. CNBC said Adidas says its relationship with Kanye West is under review. Here's what happened last week. It's been almost a year since Kanye West, known as Ye, began his social media tirade, spreading misinformation, discriminative speech, and firing shots at his closest business partners. After his removal from Twitter and Instagram, and after being dropped by Balenciaga, the CAA talent agency, and Def Jam, Ye used a plethora of mainstream media platforms, including the hip-hop podcast Drink Champs, to project his anti-social views. While on the show, he started, "I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas cannot drop me," following a public uproar which included a Change.org petition of 160,000 signatures. Adidas took action, issuing a statement that declared, "The company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately." Of course, due to the swift contract cessation, Adidas was still stocked with yet to release Yeezy product, as they are the sole owners of the design rights. The rumor mill fired up not long after, stating non-Yeezy branded Yeezy are the futures of the defunct line. However, it didn't come to fruition. How much money Adidas are losing? Kanye was Adidas' golden child and generated gargantuan revenue. So in the month following the ousting, it's understandable that the question on people's mind was what would happen to Team Trefoil. An Adidas official statement from last year, where there was information that the termination was expected to have a short-term negative effect of more or less 250 million. Although in February, Adidas shared their financial outlook for 2023, which looked decidedly bleaker than expected. According to their in-house report, their revenue will be lowered by approximately 1.9 billion. With operating profit taking a massive 537 million hit. The brand has clearly not found their financial footing following the termination, as they are sitting on allegedly 500 million of unsold Yeezy stock. While Adidas are likely to still reviewing their option, the scene is rife with gossip alleging the duo might reunite. Why they could be reuniting. Although rumors alleging that Kanye West and Adidas could be in talks about a new agreement began circling in the internet around February 20, it's unclear where they actually started. Currently, multiple sources state that a new contract has allegedly been signed, suggesting Ye would help Adidas sell the remaining 500 million worth of stock. Although, from what we can tell, once all products have been sold, the contract will once again be put to bed. There are two sides to this contract coin. On Adidas' end, they have $1 billion burning a hole in their pocket, and the worrying revenue figures could impede the brand's growth. Producing footwear is a costly task, both timely and financially. So this large amount of excess of unsold product undoubtedly means some exec will feel the pressure. Money talks. And with other aspects of their business also struggling, resigning Ye could be a safe option. Financially speaking, despite the rapper's recent behavior, his core fan base seemed to have stuck by his side. That is true. Contrary to the aforementioned positive, it makes sense that Adidas aren't super interested in reneging on their own word. In their termination press release, they said Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Ye's recent comment and action have been acceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company values of diversity and inclusion and mutual respect and fairness. Ultimately, a partnership with Ye would go back on what the brand believes in, leaving them open to public scrutiny. It's clear Ye still wants to be in sneakers and fashion, but thanks to his recent MO, he's been all but exiled from the industry and left without a new business partner. And even when he went to Skechers, he was escorted out. This deal has no downside for Kanye, but a signed contract would surely show that no matter what he says or does, he's untouchable. If the rumors are true and Adidas does resign Ye, it's a controversial decision that could end up paying off financially at the cost of the brand's broader public image. The thing is this, to me, I don't know if you guys saw the brand new I don't know if you guys saw the brand new Chris Rock documentary. The brand new Chris Rock documentary, Netflix special. I saw this afternoon. Listen, it was hilarious. Listen, that guy did a second asshole to Will Smith. That guy said what he had to say. Anyway, go watch it. But there's something that is said about the woke culture in the US, where all these people on Twitter and all these people who are outraged about this and about that, I believe that they have been given way too much power. And the problem is not that people on Twitter are given, it is that all these people are giving too much power, but it is also that all these people can decide the rules for companies. And a lot of companies in the US and even in France and somewhere else are scared of vocal people. Listen, change.org, 100,000 or 160,000 people said whatever. If you have a Kanye that is selling millions of shoes, 160,000 people is nothing. But somehow the voice of minorities of people who are just vocal and love to complain about something and be shocked and outraged and hurt by everything and anything you say, those people became somehow more important than the majority of people who don't, most of the time, they don't care. Listen, am I exasperated by Kanye's antic? Yes, I've been for 10 years. And yeah, sometimes he say crazy stuff, he fucks the business. Yes, I do agree. But do I have to decide that Adidas stop work with him? I don't care. He's been saying stuff about when he said the stuff that he said that people took the way they wanted to take about black people. Everybody got outraged, but Adidas didn't stop working with him. And I didn't care because I don't buy Yeezys personally. And I didn't tell my son to stop wearing his because I don't care. It's your business. You work with who you want to work. If I'm not interested in the pair, I'm not buying it. The problem with today is that people don't want to let the people decide with their pockets. They want to let people decide with their tweets. And that's a problem. Listen, in my opinion, even after all the stupid and hateful, I don't know if he was in a bipolar state whatever was his state and his belief, when he said what he said, the ADL and all the Jew defense groups came and they just decided that he had to be removed from everything, proving his point. But they decided he has to be canceled from this, canceled from that. Such and such called as people so that they get removed from all the management group. Such and such called, and everybody put pressure on Adidas. You have to stop your contract with him. Personally, I think that people should have let the market decide. But because all these people are scared of the market, because if the market decided, the damn shoes would keep selling. Listen, I got a bunch of Chinese people in my neighborhood because they bought a lot of houses here, as we were talking before, and all of them have Yeezys in their feet. And they don't care about your suffering, whatever you talk about in like, oh yeah, my grandparents have been, listen, my grandparents too in the famine, and the African can say the same thing. Oh yeah, my grandies were slaves. Listen, at a point, all this victim mentality is fucking up the business. And those people believe, and a lot of people believe, and it's their right, a lot of people believe that the business is not important. What's important is how we feel, and the fact that nobody has to feel offended, because people who feel offended are gonna go kill themselves. That's in a nutshell what they say. And other people think that you guys are making business difficult. And Adidas, that's where they are now. Adidas is saying to themselves, yo, damn, if this guy could just shut the fuck up, we could make our billions and he could make his billions. Yeah, he's bipolar. And he's a free thinker, like people love to say. So he's gonna say what he's gonna say. And actually, listen, me, I don't believe nobody should be canceled. I believe that, listen, all of us have to take decisions for ourselves. I'm not interested in, as an individual, I'm not interested in somebody who's representing the trans people or the Jews or black people or whatever to take decisions for me. If I'm not buying Yeezys, it's my decision, because I don't like the way this guy, sometimes there's some stuff that he says that are very interesting. He's an amazing creator, but personally, I don't like the negative energy that he brings. But that's me. And for that reason, I don't really listen to his music and I don't buy his stuff. But I don't have nothing against him. I don't hate him. I don't know him. But I don't want a trans person or a Jew person or another black person to decide for me that, are we all gonna boycott him? And if you don't boycott him, it means that you agree with him. All these people who are always using that victim mentality plus the blackmail culture, I want all them to go away. I want all of them to say, go on Twitter, say that you're pissed, say that you want to boycott him, and rally other people to boycott with and okay, no problem. And then you guys don't go to the store, but you let the rest of the people who don't care go to the store. So all the Chinese that live around me, they don't give a fuck. Or he hurt you, so sad. Your president was talking about Chinese people all the time, calling the pandemic the Chinese virus. You guys are always like talking about the Chinese this, the Chinese that. We are all spy, we are all communists, etc. We're not here crying. We still build your fucking iPhones. So Stop thinking that some people now, they have the monopole of suffering. And whenever they say that they're suffering or they're offended or whatever they say, XYZ, everybody has to stop whatever they do, stop their businesses, stop making their money just because you guys are offended. And you have the right to be offended, but other people have the right to not care. Because you guys don't care about other people. Listen, again, the king of Belgium, when he was the owner of Congo, he killed way more Congolese people. The war that is going on the last 25 years in the east of Congo killed another 10 million. So we're talking about 25 million Congolese people who got killed in all these time. It's more than you guys, but you guys don't care. So accept that some people might say, if you don't care about us, we don't care about you. And we're gonna buy Yeezys. The problem here is those people, they want to play it differently. Most of the people will say, hey, because we cancel somebody, we go to the companies and we demand that the company fire people, that the company prevent people from playing in movies, etc., etc. And what happens after that is that they make the choice for us. So they kind of deprive us of our freedom to choose. I'm not going to buy his shoes, but I want the shoes to be available for those who want to buy them. And I don't want you guys to decide for them. Nor me. I'm not going to buy them. But if my son tells me I want those shoes, I want to be able to buy them. And I don't care about how it makes you feel. Because I might not feel the same. I might be, I understand how I feel. And yeah, it's valid. And what he said is fucked up. But listen, if my son wants the shoes, he wants the shoes. Oh, you insensitive. Well, listen, you're sensitive to my stuff too, so shut the fuck up. Chris Rock, in his special, said something that was amazing. He talked about a brand called Lululemon. I don't know that brand. And he said on their store, it's written, we don't condone racism. We don't condone this. We are for inclusivity, and we hate racism, we hate anti-Semitism, we hate anti-this, anti-that. That's the slogan that was in front of every store. And he said, I don't give a fuck. You sell pants. Just sell those pants. We don't need YouTube, Twitter, company that sell bread, company that sell Coca-Cola, Uber. We don't need you to take sides. And the problem is all these groups want to force people to take sides. I was telling something to a friend today. Right now, between the Congolese people are slowly the Congolese people are slowly being especially our president is speaking up about the fact that a lot of the issues that are between in the east of Congo are also financed by Rwanda, because a lot of our materials are actually sold by Rwanda to the US, and the US gave them that white card. They said, listen, you guys handle this and we're going to work with you instead of working with Congo. So the sentiment of Rwanda versus Congo is brewing up. And because people are not willing to fix the situation because of business, a lot of Congolese are starting to have hateful words against Rwanda. And not so long ago, I posted a girl dancing on my song, Something Going On, and the girl was from Rwanda. So me, I post, as always, I post my short or my reel or my TikTok with the girl dancing, and I tag her, And I said, dancing on my song from Rwanda. And I put a lot of flags from Rwanda because that's where she's from. And a Congolese person came to my DM and said, how dare you? They are killing our people. They are doing this, they are doing that, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, this one is just dancing. She's not an assassin. Yeah, but no, you are Congolese, you have to. I said, shut the fuck up. No, I don't have to. I'm an artist. I sing for everybody. I might understand the situation. I might understand the geopolitical situation, but I can do the difference with a girl that is appreciating my music and has nothing to do with all of that. She didn't ask to be where she's at, and I didn't ask to be where I am. I sing and I do songs for everybody. So if you are a Russian and you are dancing on my song, I post you. I posted tons of Russians, tons of Ukrainians as well, tons of people from Congo, tons of people from Rwanda. Now, if you want me to post more Congolese, just ask more Congolese people to dance. Don't ask me that you don't want me to post these people because of a problem that has nothing to do with my music. I'm like this, and I hate that people, whenever there's a problem, they just want you to take a side or to stop having fans from some countries. Listen, if somebody asks me to go sing there, I will go, because I'm going to sing for the people who enjoy my music. And yeah, if I'm in an interview and they ask me my opinion about this, I will give my opinion. But it's separated from my music. And that's the problem with all these groups. And the problem is all these groups, the companies, they just want to pander to them and to say, yeah, look, yeah, we are against this. We are, yeah, BLM and like, yo, Rambo's on the, what's the name of that day? The day, it's a month now, where all the companies turn into Rambo's. Like, it is so commercial. And this happens to me all the time, where because I'm an artist, because I have a voice, because I have a lot of followers, because I have a platform, I'm gonna have Congolese people sometime, or African people, or black women, or whatever group come and say, hey, why don't you use your voice to talk about this? And I reply to them, because I don't care. Or because I'm not interested in talking about it. Or because I talked about it and you were not there. Or because I talk about it between my friends, but I don't want to talk about it on my platform. And I have the rights to. And then they want to shame you into not taking action. You remember when it was the day of everybody had to put a black square, all the artists, and nobody's posting today. Me, I was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm posting. Because first of all, I didn't read what it was about. And when I read what it was about, I don't remember what it was, but I was not interested. I have the right to not be interested, and I have the right to not want to participate. So I was posting normally, and some people started insulting me. Yo, today we're not posting. And it was people who were not even Americans, because it was an American thing, if I remember well. And I was like, yo, listen, I respect the American movements, but the same American movements, I don't see them doing all this noise when Congolese people die, when people from Mali die, when there's a political, or there's somebody gets killed by French police. I don't see all these people. But they want to see us because they feel entitled that the whole world has to answer to them. So, if you are interested only in your stuff, well, I'm not interested in your stuff. I'm going to take care of my stuff. And the day you want us to care about your stuff, well, care about our stuff too. You know, two-way street. And no, it's our people who come to me and start yelling, and I'm like, yeah, so why are you so obsessed with American stuff? Like, nah, because it's the same here. No, it's not the same. It's different thing, different cultures, different stuff. And yeah, some stuff can be the same, and some, yeah, we can learn some stuff there. But if I feel like you are more doing mimetism more than a real, a lot of people, they have nothing to do, so they are looking for fights. And listen, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of this conversation because it's more about the adidas stuff. But what is happening, I believe, is that a lot of companies are starting to realize that the woke movement, which actually is another thing that the black people created and got stolen by all these white activists. Anyway, the woke movement, even if they have a good side and a reason for existing, right? They're also bad for business because they tend to be very tyrannic in how they view the world and how they want to force people to agree with them. And I see that also with a lot of the green people, a lot of the ecologists. They want to throw soup at paintings. They want to do all that stuff. They want to prevent people from going to their job to prove their point. And all they do is piss off people. And then everybody, all these governments and all these people are following them, talking about the green revolution, the green energy. But to create that green energy, it's all these kids in Congo who are suffering and mining with their bare hands all the coltan, all the minerals that you use to create your solar panels and create that green revolution. And all these hypocrites that are in Europe and the US, they don't care. They just want to oh yeah, we are green. Yeah, look, we are recycled stuff and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, don't worry, the minerals are not bloody. They are. They are. So stop being hypocrites and just go back to the reality of things. Because the people who know what goes on in the places where the minerals are taken, they look at you guys and they're like, yo, okay, stop fighting for your selfish little selves and start really fighting for the companies who own all these mines and who work with all these people to force all these people to get paid right and all these people to work in good conditions. To have gloves, to do this, to have machines, to stop using child labor, all that. And stop saying, yeah, but it's happening. We don't know. We cannot control what happened in Africa. Oh, you can control what you buy. So stop being hypocrites. You don't want to buy, you don't want nobody to buy the shoes from an anti-Semitic Kanye West, but you don't have a problem buying phones and Teslas and all these stuff that are built by child labor in Congo. On this, you don't care. That's selective outrage. You are outraged for some things and not outraged for other things. So understand that if you are not outraged for our stuff, we're not going to be outraged for your stuff. We're going to go buy Yeezys and we don't care about whatever it makes you feel. Because you don't care about how we feel. So let the market decide. I believe that, listen, back in the days when people were angry about somebody, let's say Kanye said everything that he said, some people would say, I will not buy the shoes. And that's exactly what they would do. They would go and they would not buy the shoes. And maybe, yeah, sales would go down 5% or maybe not. Who knows? And we would let the market decide. not people on Twitter. Listen, how 1, 2, 3, 5% of the people decide for everybody else just because they tweet all the time and they tweet like crazy. The more you give power to those people, the more they go crazy and they cancel whoever they want. And whenever you have a little bit of success, they go find whatever shit you wrote, whatever joke you wrote 15 years ago, and they force you to say sorry. And even if you say sorry, they say, yeah, we don't care. We want to cancel you because we're looking for blood every day. Listen, me personally, I have any success going on, whatever, something happens and somebody go find whatever old tweet. I say, listen, what I said 15 years ago, doesn't matter. You have to say sorry. No, I'm going to say, fuck you. I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, that's me. Personally, I'm not going to get bullied by all these people that have nothing else to do, because it feels like you are all becoming hate groups. You are all against the progress of other people. You are all, listen, if anybody's find old tweets of me, I'm just going to use my money to send armies of people finding your old tweets as well. And I'm going to say, yeah. And you want to bully me, I'm going to send army bully you too. That's the way I do. I'm not I'm not one of these guys, like, oh yeah, 10 the other cheek. No. Me, you attack me, I attack you 10 times more. That's the way I am. And it really take me to this thing where at a point, I don't want companies to be woke. I don't want companies to be nothing. Listen, all the racist people, they drink Coca-Cola too. And I don't drink Coca-Cola, but when my son drinks Coca-Cola, I don't tell him, yo, you are drinking the la boisson des racistes. You are drinking the racist. And Coca-Cola don't come and say, yeah, well, listen, all racist people stop drinking Coca-Cola. They just do their Coca-Cola and they serve it to the people. And the people drink it. Same thing for Evian water. Same thing for Dasani water, whatever. Same thing for KFC, whatever. They don't come and say, oh, because you are this, you cannot use our products, because they're here to sell a product to the people. They're not here to decide who they're. Listen, stop asking for companies their opinions. I don't care. You are not happy, you don't buy. But let everybody else do their choices. Me personally, that's the way I do it. And I'm not here trying to decide for other people what they should support. Yeah, but if you're doing it, you are supporting this. Shut the fuck up. I'm not supporting nothing. I'm buying something. It's the same thing right now. All these French companies are trying to be forced out of Russia. Why? They invested billions, and just because of your sentiment, you were like, yeah, but you are supporting the war. No, they are supporting their investment. That's it. And trust me, when the war is over, because it's going to be over one day, when it's over and everybody sit down at the negotiation table, all these companies that came out of Russia will regret coming out, because now Russia will not let them in easy. They will have to pay, or they will have to reinvest everything. And all these people who say, I don't care on Twitter, all these people, they are not investing the money. They don't care. So, listen, Adidas, they are a company, they create shoes, and everybody wears shoes, and they will protect their business. And trust me, all these groups that are yelling, we don't hear them. You know why we don't hear them? Because if Adidas decides that they're going to work with Jürgen, all these groups that are yelling, or that were yelling 2 months ago, when they start talking, Adidas will tell them, hey, you know the check that we give you every year? You want it? But do you want it? Yes, we want it. So shut the fuck up. Money talks. And it is what it is. And it's actually, I'm not saying that the world should be insensitive. I just say that we just need to rebalance things just a little bit. And maybe when politics and companies stop pandering to all the fake victims that are everywhere, we will only hear the real victims. Amber Heard is about to play in Aquaman, and a lot of the Johnny Depp fans are angry because they didn't cut her from the movie when we know she's a liar, etc., etc. Yeah, well, listen, they paid her. They invested in their movie. If you're not happy with her being in the movie, you don't go watch the movie. But let Warner Bros. Take their decisions. It's not. The rest is not your problem. Take decisions for you, as I do. I decide what I buy, and I'm conscious of what I buy, how I buy. Listen, we all buy iPhones and computers, and we all know where the materials come from, so we take this decision for ourselves. Personally, I'm not asking you to do what I do, but personally, how I repay whenever I have stuff in the house that we don't use, when we redo everything, I sell everything to Congo. We sell everything. We send everything to Congo. We send everything to Guinea-Bissau. We give also here to the Portuguese church. My mother has an orphanage with children there. I always try to help send money. Do shows for free so that all the money from this show can be sent to these places. And I don't talk about it because I don't do it for people's enjoyment or for people to say you amazing. I don't care. I don't need that. I just do it because it's right. And everything that we do, my family, the money I give to directly to these associations and everything I can do to help, that's what I do to help change things in my little self level. And if everybody did that instead of yelling on Twitter, the world would be a better place. So now, good luck to Adidas and Ye if they find a solution for their business. Listen, good for everybody. Kanye will make a ton of the money that he lost by saying all the stupid things he said, and Adidas will make their money back. And it's the world we live in. And listen, good prayers for everybody involved, I guess. It's been 2 hours. Let me read your comments and move to my bed. All right, what are you guys saying? Yeah. Beyonce's line is not doing so well. Yeah, apparently, what's the name of it? Park. Yeah, apparently, yeah. Apparently, the whole Adidas without Kanye is not the same thing. So, yeah, listen, he has that for him. He's following is like a cult. So, yeah, listen. Will there be outrage if he goes back? Yeah, I don't know. Most key thing that he said was America's number one addiction. Addiction is attention. Yeah, listen, that was crazy. Oh, listen, he got him. Indeed, I do agree. With Pharrell just signing Louis Vuitton, it's clear that he is jealous. Well, the thing is this. Pharrell is the perfect guy for these brands. He doesn't talk that much to say outlandish thing. He doesn't when he's in an interview, he's very respectful, etc. People like, less headache for a brand. Listen, when I was signing a lot of people in my label, there's a lot of people that I passed. Not because they were not amazing singers. There's singers that you guys know that when they left other labels, I had the option to sign them to Sushi Raw. But I saw 3 projects, 3 different managers, 3 different labels. You are a problematic person. It's not, no, I'm unlucky. No, you're a problematic person, and I'm not interested in the problems. So I'll pass. I prefer having somebody new that I'm gonna work and fascinate into her potential, rather than take somebody that, I would make money maybe on the project, but then you would find a way to turn it into an issue with me, and we would be there fighting and stuff. And I passed a lot of great artists just because of that, because I can smell problematic people, and I'm like, no, I'm passing. And I was right to pass, because I see where everybody is 10 years later, and I'm like, oh yeah, yep. Oh, La Réunion! What up? On m'a proposé La Réunion il y a une semaine, mais ils n'avaient pas les moyens, malheureusement. Mais bientôt, comment il est? Bientôt, je serai là. Black people were upset, but he wasn't canceled by black people. Yep. That was amazing. Listen, that part, I was jumping on my bed. Did you hear Nike's decision about Ja Morant versus Kyrie Irving? No, I didn't. And they dare talk about religion's fundamentals. Actually, that's why a lot of people aren't buying them on Nikes. Sumi need to come to the show. Listen, I've been telling her, but it's too late for her. She sleep early, but yeah, I gotta contact her. No money, no problem, I guess. Do you think that this year thing will stop these wokes from buying their favorite team's jersey if Adidas is the outfitter? I don't think so. I believe that there's a lot of groups that are given power by the media and the companies. If the media and the different companies give less power to all these people because they are just abusing their powers, you will see that. Listen, with the stories like Amber Heard, Meghan Markle, the Prince Harry, and all these people who are abusing the word victim. They're abusing that culture of victimization and everything that is being done, where you have people who are multimillionaires but are there complaining, where you have, listen, some people who suffered all their life for real, when they listen to these people cry all the time and having more money giving to them, documentaries, Spotify deals, 100 million, etc. It's disgusting. Listen, I've been heartbroken. Listen, like everybody else, I've been cheated on. I've cheated. I've had great moments in life, bad moments, etc., etc. But listen, some people are dying in my country. How am I gonna come complain and about stuff that is so futile? Yeah, listen, sometimes things happen and I'm sad. And listen, I have a show to do. I'm here live, or I'm going to perform, and I'm sad for whatever reason. And I take it like a man. Cause yeah, listen, things happen in life. Things happen. You can fight with your siblings. You can fight with this. You can fight with your wife, etc., etc. But if you look You are living a happy life. I'm living an amazing life. I don't miss anything. My kids have food in their plates every day. My wife is happy. She has food in her plate. I pay my rent. And when I'm paying my rent tomorrow, I'm paying a whole year of rent directly. I have the possibility to do that. I don't need to leave my house to make any money, so I leave my house to chill, to enjoy life, to go to the restaurant, etc. I have a beautiful life. I'm blessed, and I made so many hits in the past that today I can just make music for the fun of making music, and sometimes I make a hit without trying. And do I sometimes feel sad? Do I sometimes suffer from something or whatever? Yes. But I'm not gonna go there and call myself a victim like the fucking prince and his girl and be like, oh my God, I'm suffering so much, I'm despair. But do you understand how it feels looking at you from the eyes of somebody who's in Mali or Congo in the east that are being butchered for minerals, and they look at the TV and they see you like crying to Oprah about like being a victim? Do you know what victimhood is? Like all these people, and listen, I don't know if it's the woke mentality. I don't know what it is because I'm not really interested in all that. But all these people, all these generation of weak people, they just hijacked all these words: victim, offense, all these culture is just making the real victims of this world. They are kind of hijacking their thing, and most of the people who are offended are usually rich people who live a good life, but they don't have nothing else to do, so they go on Twitter and they get offended. And I had this thing happen in a WhatsApp group where somebody was just complaining about something, nothing special, and one person that had nothing to do, she said, yeah, I'm not the good, but I feel offended for the people you're talking about. And I was like, bitch, what you talking about? How you feel offended for people? And then the people that were actually interested, the group of people we were talking about, a few of them were there, and they said, we are not offended. And the person was, I'm leaving this group because of, and I was like, oh, bitch, leave. What are these people? Like, they wake up in the morning and they need to be pissed about something. They need to be offended. They need to be sensitive, and they need to be always pointing fingers at people for being mean. And I'm like, listen, you guys, like, stop. There are real victims out there. And no, it's not Meghan Markle, it's not Prince Harry, it's not Amber Heard, it's not all these people who wake up in the morning and they pretend they're offended, and then they ask Kanye to sign a check of $500,000 to prove his what? That's blackmail. Listen, the real victims are the kids who are mining minerals and they will die in 10 years from lung diseases, the people who are getting butchered in all these wars for you to live your life, the people who are in Ukraine, who are Russian kids who will never see their mothers again, and Ukrainian kids who will not see their mothers again, and who are fighting a war about gas, about people who, all these people who are sending those people to butcher each other. All these people, one day they will all sit down somewhere and they will laugh about whatever, and then we'll sign deals, and finally everything will go back like before. And the Americans who are just sending all these weapons to these countries and who don't want this war to end, all these people They don't care because it's out there. These people are butchering themselves. They don't care. It's like for them, they're not even like on their level in terms of manhood. For them, it's just like who? Donbass. They don't even know where it is. And you see all of them like glory to Ukraine. All this is propaganda and people just being emotionally invested in something, and then it's the next thing, and then it's the next thing, and all these people. Listen, at a point, you have to follow the money to realize that all this is just pandering. And listen, I believe that at a point, most people, once they send the tweets, they go back to buying the same stuff, because a lot of times, like, the people don't even know who are building their jerseys. They don't know all that. It's just that because of Twitter and the internet, there's a lot of people who see themselves as powerful, and if they can go and listen, who has the time to go find your tweets from 2007, whatever joke you said or whatever your stuff you said that maybe contradicts what you say today? So 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 16 years after. 16 years after, somebody will come and say, oh, yeah. 16 years ago, you said this on Twitter. And you like, did I? I don't remember. You said this. It means that, you were a hypocrite. No, it means that 16 years ago. I don't know. I don't remember the context. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe this. Maybe I don't know what I was talking about. Or maybe maybe it was funny back in the days. It's not funny anymore. Well, okay. Say you're sorry. Who are you exactly? Say you're sorry. Hey, adidas. You were working with somebody who's a whatever ism, whatever. And you're like, and once you say you're sorry, you fucked forever. And if you stand on your grounds, somebody will come and say, yeah, you have to say you're sorry. Please, you're fucking up the business. What should happen is that the people who work with you do what Netflix did with Dave Chappelle. Say, hey, listen, our lawyers already seen everything, and no, it's not. What you're saying is not true, and now we're not going to remove the show, and fuck you. Oh, in this case, I'm not working here anymore. All right, bye. What? Yeah, I'm going to be in the street parroting and saying and creating groups, and then one of those activists, we found their tweets not from 10 years ago, but from 3 years ago, where they were having Asian hate in their tweets. And the person say, oh no, that was jokes. Oh, one issue is jokes. You're not going to remove my... Listen, stop acting as if you guys are all perfect. You all have issue. You all one day betrayed somebody, stole somebody something, cheated on somebody, or said something stupid because whatever. Everybody said something stupid or said some jokes that today they're not funny, or had a way to act maybe that he's not seeing the same way today. And listen, I don't know, I'm the last generation of people who maybe, because we got beaten up when we were saying something stupid, maybe that's why we have thicker skin and we don't like start crying for this and that. But at a point, if you stop rewarding this way to be, maybe people will change. But somehow all the stupidity that comes from the US just comes to the rest of the world, the rest of Occidental world, because even here in Portugal, it doesn't work that much. People are more like, and in Africa, people don't even care about all that stuff. Like, because we are part of the Occidental world, we believe that it's the same everywhere. But there's a lot of countries where all that stuff don't even come here. Like, if you look at all the on Gay Pride Day, on Pride Month, all the Twitter, for example, BMW, all their Twitter, they become rainbow. But in Saudi Arabia, it doesn't. And nobody say nothing. So that's why I'm like, yo, you are a bunch of hypocrites. And everybody's just existing through this. That's what happens. But hey, listen. It is what it is. I completely do agree. And I'm going to sleep. This show was brought to you by Shada, the gods of good fortune. It is 3 a.m. and listen. I said an hour and a half, but we did 2 hours. But it was a good show, good conversation. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed the show, give me some unicorns or some rainbows or some hearts in the chat. And I will see you Wednesday when we will talk about what's in my list of things to talk about. New NFT collection. This is done. I didn't talk about the YouTube CEO stepping down. I have a good story about publishing that I want to talk. I want to talk about the death of TV. I never talked about Ronaldo signing his 200 million contract, but it's been forever already. So I think I'm just gonna remove that. And I'm sure something will come up in the meantime. And we still have a lot of listening parties to do. So yeah, we have a lot of things to talk about. My generation, All in the Family, and the Jefferson in syndication with new episode of Married with Children. Yeah, I know what you're saying. All right, my people, I'm gonna leave you with a great track. What are we gonna listen to? I'm gonna play you a track from moi. I'm gonna play you. Let me find a track from my album Forever Young. So where's this album? Forever Young, my album number 6. Forever Young is number 6 or number 7? I think it's number 6. Let me see if I can find it. Forever Young, the double album. And I got this track called Heaven. I'm going to play you a track called Heaven from my album Forever Young. And I will see you Wednesday for a new episode of Club Shada. As always, homework. I just released a vlog. It's in the channel. So everybody, after the live, please go check the vlog and leave a comment, please. It's the last video on the channel. All right, put a like, put a comments, and I will see you Wednesday. Blessings. Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
In my heart, ever since I laid my eyes on you, I knew you were the one for me. I used to be afraid of love and too much drama and unfinished business. I know I lost way too much of our time, but you saved me, and all I can say is thank you, because I'm not afraid anymore. Ooh. feelings and think something completely different. Look at me, yeah, test my heart, and this love will stand the test of time. What I feel is so different than anything I've felt before, than any place I've been before. Feels like I was just born again. To me it feels like a miracle. I'm not afraid anymore.